Do you have any idea how cool our police chief is here in DUVALL, Washington? Well, his name is Chief Michael DeBock, and I had the privilege and opportunity to be able to interview him last week, and you have got to stick around and hear who he would invite to dinner, living or dead, who are his top 3 people that he'd like to sit down and break some bread with. And also stick around for the end for some real estate numbers. I'm gonna do something a little bit different than I've been doing in the past few months, so check it out. Hey friends and neighbors of DUVALL, Buddy Buck here, back with another episode of DUVALL TV. All right, so just real quick off the top, if you didn't catch this in last month's episode, we did a channel split. So the channel that was at Buddy Buck, so the YouTube channel at Buddy Buck, that is still current. That is gonna stay at Buddy Buck. But I wanted to create a brand new channel specifically for you, for me, for us, the community and the local people surrounding DUVALL, Washington. So we're just getting exactly the content we want. And if you want to follow both channels, of course you can. The other one's going to focus more on real estate education for clients and also for agents. I'll also be doing on the at Buddy Buck channel a lot of one-on-one interviews with a lot of very successful real estate agents and also a lot of successful entrepreneurs on how to build wealth being an entrepreneur. All right, I mentioned it right off the top. So Chief Michael DeBock, the interview is now live. You can actually go check out the video right now. He was super awesome. What a great interview. What a great human, first and foremost. I do want to give a quick shout out to my neighbor, my friend, and photographer. I do know a couple of local photographers. You guys are all fantastic. But Jackie just jumped in last minute. I said, hey, you want to go check out this interview? And she was like, heck yes. So Jackie was behind the scenes doing some photography, doing some still shots, and also breaking into the video world too. So thanks a lot, Jackie. I appreciate you. You're a great neighbor and a total pro when it comes to photography. So thanks for jumping in. Upcoming events, let's kick it off with some football. That's right, Cedar Crest Red Wolves. Football season is about to kick off on September 1st. It's gonna be at Stadium High School. You can see the calendar here up on the screen. And the first home game is gonna be September 15th against Cedar Park. So be sure to mark your calendars and come on out and support your local Red Wolves football program. And on that note, I wanna give a special shout out to Coach John Fiala and his staff and the players. Good luck on the upcoming season this year, guys. And hey, if you wanna support the football program, go ahead and get in touch with Kelly Altmeyer. I'm just gonna put a link to their boosters website up here. You can contact people right through this particular website. So you just jump on there. You can actually just scroll down and just click on the donate now button if you want to. There's lots of different sponsorship opportunities. So if you want to donate to the football boosters, go ahead to redwolvesfootballboosters.com and you can go ahead and contact them or just click that donate button. Every dollar counts. All right, next up, let's talk about the culvert replacement project. Yes, that's right. On 172nd Street, this has been an ongoing project. There's very few ways in and out of DUVALL if you don't live here. Maybe you're watching this just outside of the city, or maybe you're in a totally different state or country even. And one of the main ways has been closed for some time now. So they just extended that another 10 days at least. So look, here's what I gotta tell you. I went on the website and I started looking around on here, and I really wanted to just figure out, in the first place, why was this taking place at all? This is King County's website. They're replacing the worn out narrow metal culvert because it is rusted and failing. If you live in DUVALL, you're probably on the Facebook page because that's kind of where a lot of this communication happens. And is it inconvenient? Yes, 10 days longer. People say, oh, maybe it's gonna be another 10 days. Maybe it's gonna be another month. Like, think about all the stuff that just happened in Lahaina, Maui, and then think about, okay, we're inconvenienced for another 10 days or even 30 days. You know what I mean? So just everything in perspective. I'm always gonna be the eternal optimist if you actually know me, because look, what are we gonna do about it? I only try to focus on the things we can actually control, and the culvert replacement project, I'm telling you, it isn't one of them. So focus your energy on something else, something more positive, and let's keep it moving. That road will be open before we know it. Next up, we're gonna talk about Summer Stage. There is only one more concert left. So by the time this video hits the airway, it's gonna be really close to that final concert. It's gonna be on August 16th. For those of you that have been going down every Wednesday, I know my neighbors John and Paulette have been taking their Segways down, cruising all the way down to McCormick Park for all the concerts, having a blast. All right, and if that's not enough music for you, our guy Morgan Henley presents. I'm gonna put the link for all all of these events in the description below, so you don't have to go chasing them all down. But Morgan Henley Presents, he's got a tremendous amount of information, tremendous amount of concerts just locally here in the area. If we're gonna scroll out, looks like we've got something cool coming up August 19th, St. John and the Revelations at the DUVALL Tavern, one of our favorite places to go. All right, one of my favorites, the Light Up DUVALL fundraiser. Congratulations, everyone. We did it, you did it. We raised enough money for the 2023 season, and guess what? Flip the switch, we're running it back. Just like I've been talking about every month, this is gonna be an ongoing fundraiser to keep the lights on Main Street. So even if you can only give like $5, $10, go click the link, go support the Light Up DUVALL fundraiser. All right, last event, we got the DUVALL's Farmers Market. This started way back on May 4th, and it's gonna run all the way through mid-October. This is every Thursday down at Taylor's Landing, and it's from 3 to 7 p.m. All right, now we're gonna jump into the restaurant feature of the month. That is gonna be the DUVALL Tavern. And, hold on, let's see. This is this hat, but that's a good fit. I actually just picked this hat up last night. Eve and I went, and I was very thick. Oh. No, Siri, I don't want to call the... No. Dude, she's trying to... Hold on. Hey, lady, stop talking. Good Lord. Okay. Sorry about that. My phone was trying to call the DUVALL Tavern. But the DUVALL Tavern, want to say thanks to April. She was our server last night. Had a blast, had an awesome time. We were down there watching the Seahawks game. Just Eve and I kind of just chilling, and happened to be a Seahawks game, first preseason game. Here's their website. You just go to DUVALLtavern.com. There's the menu. I mean, the food is fantastic, first of all. Simple, but on point, okay? So my favorite is the Cajun Tots. And favorite dipping sauce is all of them. So if you know me, you know that I just love sauce. But if you're gonna get the Cajun Tots at the DUVALL Tavern, I highly recommend the Chipotle Aioli. And they have homemade ranch, which is fantastic as well. So go check it out, go check out the menu. It's a total cool vibe. They have a lot of great draft beers on tap. You can see down here the weekly specials. They got happy hour from 3 to 6 p.m. That is gonna be Monday to Friday. And then Trivia Wednesday. So from 7 to 9 o'clock, they got Trivia Wednesday, some live music. Saturday is going to be coming back soon, so just stay tuned for some of that. Follow their channels on social media, Instagram and Facebook, and stay in the loop. All right, if you've been to the DUVALL Tavern, drop your favorite meal in the comments. I'd love to hear it. I like to try some new stuff, and you can also get you one of these hats down there too, so go check that out. But now, it's time for the mortgage section. Mortgage rates, they've been all over the place. There's a couple different links that we'll post down in the description. One of those specifically is from a company called Freddie Mac, and you could go ahead and check out kind of the mortgage history, the rates over the course of time. And again, every lender is gonna be a little bit different. Every broker, so like you can go to the bank, you can go to the credit union, you can talk to a mortgage broker, which I highly recommend dealing with a mortgage broker. Banks work from 9 to 5. Credit unions, love credit unions, 9 to 5. You know, that typical business hours. If you are buying a home, you want access to your loan officer like all the time, okay? Now, whether they want you to have access to them is a totally different question, but if you have a great loan officer, and I know there's some fantastic real estate agents in this city, talk to whoever your agent is and say, hey, who's a great referral? Who are your 1 or 2 favorite loan officers? Just start with your own realtor, because they're the ones that have these relationships with these lenders, right? So if you're talking to me, I've got like my 2 or 3 go-to loan officers that I love to deal with because I know how they work. I know I can call them on a Saturday night and they'll pick up the phone or text me right back. Like, that communication after hours is super priceless and very valuable. So now when we're talking about the actual rates themselves, if you look back, and this will tie into kind of how I'm gonna do the real estate section here in 2 seconds, is I'm gonna go back 1 year. So on July 14th, just a little over a year ago, the rates on that day, according to Freddie Mac, was 5.51%. And so rates, as you've been following the show for the last few months, you'll know that they were well over 7%. Now they've kind of crawled back a little bit. We're sitting around 6.5, 6.75, kind of back and forth into that range, maybe the high 6s, depending on who you're working with. Now, in this case, I want to go ahead and feature our lender of the month, and that is going to be one of my friends, Heather Vazzetti. She is fantastic. She's with the Mortgage Squad, so you can get all of her contact information in the description. But here's what I can just tell you about Heather. She is always available, you know, and the best ability is availability, because again, you want your lender to be available. So Heather is knowledgeable, she's on it, she's a great communicator, and that's one of the things that I just love working with Heather over the last few years. So Heather Vizzetti is one of those people that you can count on. Give Heather a call, check her out. But want to remind you that you can always go to DUVALLlife.com. That's gonna be all things Duval. You're gonna be able to see the interview with Chief Michael DeBock. We've got the summer stage concerts, everything current. I'm gonna keep this website up to date. You'll be able to link off for lots of different referrals or cool things to do, but bookmark the Duval Life, and that's kind of where you can get to everything from there. So now let's jump into the real estate section. So what I'm gonna do differently this month versus last month is I've been doing month over month. So last month I compared July to June and then June to May. Well, this month I'm gonna do a little bit different, kind of shake it up. And we always do two things. I focus on Duval numbers, and I'm also gonna focus on King County numbers just to give people a little broader scope of what's going on in the real estate industry. And so first things first, we've got July 2023 compared to July 2022. The one thing I want you to notice right off the top, this is one we talk about a lot on the channel. It is months of inventory. You can see a year ago, it was 4.69. And the way we calculate that is active listings divided by the solds. So if you take 61 divided by 13, you're gonna get 4.69. Now, what that number means is if no new homes came on the market in Duval, Washington, and for these examples on this channel, the only thing I focus on is single family residences, okay? Not doing anything else, just single family residences, keeping it simple, keeping it consistent month over month. So now we take that 4.69, if no new homes came on the market, it would take 4 months and about 3 weeks to sell every single home. That is a very strong, healthy market, lots of inventory, lots of homes to choose from in that case. Now, when that number starts to drop and it gets below 3, sub 2s, now things get a little bit crazier, right? Because there's less inventory, there's less homes for buyers to pick from. And you compound that with higher interest rates and it just gets extra weird, right? So looking at last month though, we were at 1.68 months of inventory. So if we're looking at that stat, just that months of inventory stat, I'm gonna go ahead and put that up on the screen. So you can see I've been tracking this since January of 2023. And now you can see every month, so January, February, all the way down, you can kind of see that trend of what months of inventory has been doing in Duval. The one other thing that you can notice is the median home price. So the median sale price was $1 million flat. Okay, I just pulled these numbers for July. The home prices continue to grow, right? They continue to go up, to increase, to help build your wealth, build your equity, however you want to look at it. Now, the other thing I want to notice too, days on market. Even though there's like a lot less inventory now than before, they stayed relatively the same. So that means to me that Duval is just a high demand area. People want to live here. They want to push out a little bit from the cities, you know, from the east side. People are always asking, the east side, I hear about the east side. Maybe you're moving in from out of town or a different state or a different part of the country completely. So when you hear the term east side and you're talking in the Seattle area, so I'm going to go ahead and put a list of just all of the cities that are considered the east side. So now when you're hearing this term, the east side, these are all cities that are in King County, which we're gonna shift over, and I'm gonna run through some of the King County numbers for you right now. So when we were talking about east side, all of those cities fall in King County, right? Along with some others, of course. Just to give you that bigger scope, okay, Duval is in King County. I grew up in Tacoma, Washington, technically University Place. That is Pierce County, right? It's about an hour south from where I sit right now. So if we're looking at the King County numbers, I went year over year on this one as well, just to give you, again, a different perspective, instead of going from last month to this month where these changes are very small. But what you will notice is, first and foremost, The months of inventory, kind of that same trend, right? It was a little bit higher, not quite 4.69, but from 2.05 down to 1.48. So again, I've been tracking the months of inventory since January for King County as well. So you can see kind of the trend from January all the way down to current, and you can see what's been happening in King County over these last 7 months. So King County has remained just a really strong seller's market, if just lack of a better term. And again, I'm not in love with like getting, too hung up on these terms. Buyer's market, seller's market. People ask me all the time, is like, how's the market? Here's my answer. I have a YouTube channel. I send out a video once a month with the numbers. Would you like me to send it to you? So if that is you, I'm gonna send them the DUVALL TV. They can hit subscribe, and then they can get these numbers once a month sent to them. So the one thing you will see that stayed the same year over year was the median price. So 900,000 for all of King County, 900,000. So again, DUVALL was sitting at $1 million, King County's at 900,000. So days on market, still very, very low. This is still a very high demand area, the Pacific Northwest. There's a lot of mega businesses up here in the Northwest. So again, still a high demand to be in this area. Make your move. Rates are now sitting, like I said, right around the mid to high sixes. So don't wait. I'm just telling you, go find the home you want. If it's out there, go make an offer. Go, call your agent, call me, call somebody. Go put that offer in. Don't wait for rates to drop. Don't wait to see what the market's gonna do, because home equity has been appreciating over the course of our entire lives. This is Buddy Buck talking. It is the single best investment you could possibly make. So find a way, get into the home, buy the home. And again, if you need little tips and tricks on how to get ready to maybe buy your first home, or how can I even play in this game? It feels like I need gajillion dollars to be able to even buy a home right now. So that would be more of my other YouTube channel, the @BuddyBuck channel, where I'm gonna be teaching a little bit more client education and some of those things to get ready to buy a home. One last little thing on real estate I do wanna mention. I have a listing down in University Place. It actually is my sister's home and her husband, Tim. So they have a gorgeous home. The website for that is sunsetbeachliving.com. So you can kind of just take a quick peek at it right here. But that home is currently listed at 1.195. So if you know anybody trying to get up here to this area, but they're like, I gotta be on the water. I wanna be able to be fishing right off of my deck. There's about 60 feet of beachfront. You can literally walk down the beach or take your kayaks down the way to the Chambers Bay Golf Course in University Place. And it is just an absolutely gorgeous home. So if you know anybody looking for a second home that's right on the water, this might be a great one for you. All right, so now let's talk about a little good news. So I have an email address that is dedicated to hear from you, to get your feedback. It is goodnews@buddybuck.com. And here's what I want to hear from you guys. Do you have a business that did a great job? Do you have a great referral for the DUVALL area? I want to do special features on these companies that we know and love, whether it's a painter, a plumber, a house cleaner, whatever it is. Somebody local, like Aaron O'Neill just did from Competition Hydro, just did an awesome soft wash on our roof this month. People like that, I want to feature local. Again, I'm not into the big corporate everything, that's fine. But I want to feature local businesses that you've had great experiences with. Here's a couple other things I want to encourage you to send in as well. If you need volunteers for your business, for anything, I want to start putting together a section on the DUVALLlife.com for volunteer opportunities. I get a lot of people are saying, Buddy, I want to volunteer somewhere. I don't know what to do. I can give blood, I can do this, but like, send them in, say, hey, we need help over here, whether it's for profit, not for profit. I want to hear who needs help, who needs volunteers, and then we could push this out to the community and see who wants to raise their hand and jump in and help you. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of DUVALL TV. And remember, the best way that you can support the channel is to like, subscribe, drop a comment, and of course, click that little bell. That is gonna be the notifications, so when we drop a new video, you'll get alerted and you can stay in touch with everything that's gonna happen in DUVALL, Washington, as I continue to do more business spotlights, more videos. The next videos we're gonna be doing is Amarillo Barbecue. That one will be coming soon. Also, we're gonna be doing one for Acres of Diamonds. That's gonna be coming in the future as well. So again, if you want your business featured, let me know. And I wanna thank you guys for tuning in and being the absolute best part of this community. We're tractors meet technology, small town, real life. DUVALL, Washington. Buddy Buck. Peace.